Hello guys, what's happening? Welcome to the next episode. I am going to apologise straight away for the wind. It is blowing an absolute gale. But to be fair, where we are now is a lot better than where we were just a minute ago. So, where we are now is right behind the lifeboat station at Dungeness, which is just up there. I'm with Simon, and I'm with Matt and Rick. Now, I did think the tide was going to be in a bit further than this, but it's still quite a way out. As you can see, there's still a couple of bait diggers out there pumping blacks and stuff. Setting the bivvy up was an absolute nightmare in the wind. Just been down to see Darren and Ken. Massive thank you to them. I've got a bucket of fresh yellowtails pumped today, although they're not in the best quality at the minute because I've been in the van for a good half hour, 40 minutes. It's really hot today as well. I need to get some fresh water on them. To be fair, they're all going to get used up tonight. I've also got a load of lovely fresh blacks in the back of the van in the cool box from Medway Tackle Supplies. But yeah, so I think we've probably got a good another 45 minutes to wait till we get some water here. Where I wanted to go was around the other side of the point, towards Denge Marsh. Now, I've fished there a couple of times before, and I've done a couple of videos, and we've absolutely smashed it on the bass. Like, really done well. But it was just so in your face. It's a lot more, the wind that's round there is a lot more than what is forecast on the weather apps. So, we come around here to get out the wind. Now, this is still a very good bass mark, but you normally tend to find there's less fish here, but the odd bigger one shows up, whereas round there, they sort of, you'll catch one and they always tend to be that sort of size. I'm not saying if you catch a 10 pounder there's going to be hundreds of 10 pounders out there, but there's a dead dogfish, probably come off one of the boats. So yeah, who knows? This is an ideal bass beach, to be fair. It's nice shallow water, there's a nice bit of surf. I don't know how well you can see around the point around there because I can't really see with a GoPro, but it is blowing its absolute tits off around the other side. So there should be a half decent bit of surf rolling in here because it should still sort of be lumpy as it comes around the point, which should make hopefully for some good bass fishing today. The best bait bar none here is fresh yellows or blacks. Fresh yellows, fresh outs. I mean, there's loads of blacks here. I don't know how far I can walk out in my trainers, but oh, that's a bit soft. Look at all the casts. Nice big black lug casts. I think some of them actually this far up the beach might be common lug as well. I reckon there might be a few commons mixed in, but it's predominantly black lugworm out here. And this is where the famous Dungy black lug comes from, really. All the way along here. There's a few marks on the other side of the point where you can go as well, but predominantly it's always been through this stretch here. So this will go right up to Little Stone and then up to Hive and places like that. So yeah, it's I'm hoping for a good day actually. It's Sunday afternoon. It's pretty spare at the moment, to be fair. I only thought about this trip last night and I was like, yeah, that could work. And let's hope it pulls off. Let's hope. Next couple of days, bloody puppies are still not here. I bet it's still full on preggers, and I really want to get out and boat and go tope fishing down at Selsey on Tuesday because the weather's perfect for it. But if the puppies are not here, the wife's at college, so I can't really leave the dog indoors all day on her own because I just want to be there and make sure everything's all right when obviously she gives birth. But yeah, anyway, I'm jabbering. I'm going to get back up, get my gear set up, get ready for when these bass show up. Simple rigs here, guys. I'm not even going to use loop rigs. All I've done is I had a couple of loop rig bodies made up, and I've just tied sort of about 10 to 12 inch snoods on these things and matching seagull matching scratch hooks, because there's a good chance of maybe some sole or something here. To be fair, we had a better chance at the other place, but there's nothing saying we're not going to get a sole here. I would have thought we'd probably see some dogs here. When it gets dark, we'll probably see whiting too, but if we see a whiting, it's going on as a live bait, definitely. So very simple tactics. It's like anyone can do this type of fishing. I mean, anyone can do any type of fishing, but there really is nothing technical about this at all. Don't need to go particularly far either. Again, sorry about the wind. Yeah, so that is that. I will be filming most of today's footage out of my bivvy just because of the wind, and I don't really know where the microphone is on this GoPro, so I'll do my best. Yeah, hopefully. Sorry about the air, but yeah, that is that. I'm gonna going to go sit my boot for 5 minutes, get out of this wind, set my gear up, and I'll bring you back in a bit. Well guys, we're fishing. Just, as you can see, down there probably, there's still plenty of mud showing. The water's just got to us and I was itching. I was going to wait until the water came up and just over that first little lump, but I was bored, so I was like, no, got to put it out. Thinking that I might get stuck in the sand, but it's quite hard sand, so the ledge just sort of gone out there and sat out there, and it's quite nice actually. It's sitting pretty good. The only problem is now the wind, but you've got that lovely little bit of surf. All right, that is going to flatten off, I think, as the tide comes up. They've only got them waves coming in out there, look, just because of the shallowness, but it's pretty comfortable unless you stand up and look out there. Look, you stand up and look out there, you've got the wind. We're sitting here with Bivvy, it's lovely. Absolutely lovely. So again, 2 hook flappers today. That big floppy stick flapping around in the wind. 2 hook flappers. Fresh outs. So fresh yellowtails from Darren and his dad Ken. And hopefully we'll see some bass. Hopefully, guys. So just quickly. Now, this is obviously a fishing channel, and I would say probably 99.9% of you guys are not really interested. I have got another channel. When I'm not fishing, I think I might have mentioned it before. When I'm not fishing, and when I'm not working properly, I collect a little bit of scrap metal in the van. So I make a video every now and again, and I've actually got another channel called The Scrap Hunter. What else would I call it, to be fair? And it's basically me when I go and pick up some bits and bobs and take it to the scrapyard, showing you how much I earn, showing you how much things are worth and how much you can make from picking these bits up if you see them sort of laying around in the street. So I'm not all saying go out and buy a transit van and go scrapping, because trust me, it doesn't really pay the bills at all, especially when the prices drop like it has now. But sometimes there's some things in there, like what's inside washing machines if you don't know, and a big ride on lawnmowers and yeah, just like I say, you might not be interested at all, and if you're not, fair play. But it's not doing too bad. It's on sort of like 1600 subscribers now, and it's, yeah, I'm getting a few views, which is good. But I mean, if there's more people on there that wanted to have a little look and give us a sub, that'd be great.
And if you've got any scrap,
oh yeah, and if you've got any scrap and you're in my area, Kent, let me know, and I will happily pick it up free of charge. And if it's a decent bit of scrap, then I will happily give you a decent drink for it. So yeah, get at me, people, get at me. I do think I've got a bite actually. I'll bring you back. Shit. But I've got just a pulley pennel here. I'm gonna stick with a scratching rod on the little rod. I say the little rod, the long rod, on the lighter rod, and I'm just gonna put a pennel out. I think that's a 3-0 match and scratch. A 3-0 Cato, sorry, and a 2-0 Cato. I think it's an old rig, to be fair. I've just found it in my cool bag, but it's just something a bit bigger. I'm just gonna stick a couple of lugs. Look at these yellowtails, look, from Darren and Ken. They're lovely worms, aren't they? Lovely, lovely, big, fat, chunky worms. The best, perfect bait for cod. You can't beat them. They do make a mess, and half the time you lose all the juices and guts by putting your hook in, but there's still some in there, and it'll still ooze out when it's in the water. I'll cut them on, and I'm going to clip this one and try and stick this one out a little bit further. The scratching rig, I'm just sort of flicking, I don't know, probably 40 or 50 yards, but this one I'd like to maybe hit, I don't know, 55 with my dodgy casting. But yeah, we've probably been fishing that for about half hour, and it's about time that I change my rigs. So that's my pennel. I'll just pull that down there nicely. It's probably a bit much actually. That's how fresh they are. There's still mud in them. Nice. Top at the bottom, look, job's a good one. Now, I used to pull my towels off, right? I always used to snip the towels off because there's not really a lot in them towels. But Darren had a go at me. Oh, someone else fishing. Spinning. I think there's a fella down here spinning, but the water's like chocolate, so I don't think he's going to do very well. Yeah, Darren always used to tell me off for slipping the towels off. So, sorry Darren, I'm not going to do it no more. So that rig's ready to stake your hands, look. then you just wipe on your trousers, because surely that's what you get married for. That was a joke. Any women watching, I love you all, really. I'm joking. I'm joking. Find yourself a lead. 140, 4 ounce that is plenty. There's not really much tide run here at the minute. I don't know if there will be, because most of the tide run, it's the point. With Dungeness goes into a point like that, the tide comes from right to left when the tide's coming in. So it's the point, if you like, and then we're tucked up in this little bay here. So the tide run will go around that point, and it will just be that little bit further out. So we're sitting just out of the tide run, if you like, in the bay, in the eddy bit, which maybe isn't the best, but this is a very, very good mark for catching bass and other species as well. But this time of year, there's plenty of bass about, and then all we'll do with that, obviously that has a breakaway proper pulley that will clip to my main line, and then there's an imp. The bottom hook clips to the imp, and I can find the point. I've folded the lug over it. That'll clip up like that, and that'll go out like that as a nice bait, hopefully. So I'm going to reel this rod in, guys, and I will bring you back when I walk this down to cast it, and you can watch my reel spinning or blowing up. Either way, it'll be moving. So again, cut the leader, not loads of weed, but it was the horrible stuff, the little thin stuff that just sticks, you can't get it off. So leader off, re-tied the leader, bigger rig I put on now. I had an eel on. I didn't actually catch the eel, but I'll show you how I know I had an eel on. In 2 seconds we'll get back up the beach. Alright, the water at this beach, as you probably heard. That wasn't a bad chuck. Didn't blow it up. Alright, let's get back up this beach. We'll definitely take that home with us. Put that down. The other rod's going to be covered in that horrible weed and all, I reckon. What's that big short in? I'll do it down here. So, this is the rig I put out first cast. Look at that. See all that slime around my snood? The snood is very well wrapped up and twisted, which again indicates an eel. How they do it, like it's braided my hook. So that's going to be a knackered snood, I reckon. I don't think I've ever caught an eel for Dungeness, to be fair. I mean, there's always a first for everything, I suppose, but we're actually just talking about eels and how eel section is a very, very good bait for taupe, because they bleed. I remember seeing it on Discovery as when I was a kid. I can't think of the geezer's name, but it used to be a fishing program on the TV. And he used to just go after the predators, and I remember him fishing on a charter boat out of Ireland somewhere, taupe fishing, and yeah, they were using eel section like green eels or silver eels, whatever you want to call them. I suppose that was before the eel ban, but yeah, I'd like something that I'd probably like to try doing, but that's what mackerel are for, I suppose, if you can get them. As I say, we're going to try and get out on the boat Tuesday to Chelsea, and then have a go for a taupe, and baits will hopefully be mackerel. Hopefully get out on the boat, we'll be able to find a couple of mackerel. Failing that, it will be bream. As long as we can find something fresh, it will be going out as a bait. Alright, let's get this on. So yeah, with all that eel slime, little wrap round me imp, it's definitely eel slime, it can't be anything else. So yeah, that was that. Tighten that rod up a bit more. There she goes. Lovely. Right, guys, hopefully the next time I bring you back, one of us will have a fish. When's that happen? In a bit. So annoying. Look at it coming down the line. This stuff, it's bloody awful. I'm going to try and hold it so that I don't want it on my reel, because it's an absolute nightmare to get back in. Oh, it's on the reel now. I've got a fish there though. I want to get that in if I can. Oh, mind you, it's still a bloody long way out. I'll have to cast this back out in a minute. Fish safety's more important. Look at it all coming down. Look at that on the reel. Oh, it's jank. Little bass. It's only a little one. Look at it go, look. So that is what we came, well, we came for his dad, or his bigger brother, but first chuck, first fish. First chuck with this rod anyway. Come here, little dude. Very lightly hooked on the matching scratch. There we go. What a fish looks like, Rick.
Yeah.
And he's gone. Now I've got to sort this mess out.
Do you know what dogfish looks like?
See what I have to put up with. See what I have to put up with. I've just put out. I've just had two very good, long, slow pull downs on this. I reckon I've missed it. I was, and stick with me, guys. I want to see if that's still there. I had two amazing bites then. Like, it's as if somebody was reeling me in. Oh, I'm gonna have to bring it in now and check that. Oh no, there's a fish there. I don't know what that could be, you know. That's a very strange bite. What's it doing? Is it coming in or what? Guys, I might be reeling in nothing here, or I might be reeling in a fish, but no, there's something there. This feels a little bit better than the last one, that's for sure. But I am only using small hooks. It's going very light, and then I'm feeling a bit of weight, and then it's going very... It could be a dog, you know. Oh, I don't know. We'll wait. We'll see what it is when it comes in. But if it's a dog, I'm very sorry. The bites it gave me, though, were amazing. Do you know what? It's going up tide. I wonder if that's a smooth hound. Wouldn't surprise me if it's an hound. It's close. It is there. Swimming with me. Going straight up the beach, mate. Straight up the beach. Oh, there's loads of little whitebait in there, in close. There, that's a better fish. That's a much better fish. All right, dude, calm down. There's plenty of whitebait right in the shore here. That's a better one. Look, that was why it gave me such a nice bite. Look at that. Calm down, dude. That's a sizable bass. It's just a sort. He's taking that hook right in there. So, a lot of people say to me about putting my finger in the gills. Now, if you're gentle and it's a big enough fish, really, really won't harm it. It's probably one of the safest ways to hold them. I can feel the hook, literally. It's just in there before it goes in his belly. It is quite deep. I'm hoping you can see this, guys. I'm hoping the camera angles are right. Calm down, little dude. I'll put him in between my legs, he can calm down a bit. Sorry, guys, I know you're not getting much of a shot here, but I don't want to harm the fish. Got it. Got it. And there he is. Oh, no! I nearly dropped him. As I brought that in, I don't know if the camera picked it up, as I brought that in, there is loads and loads of whitebait right in the waves. Little tiny, teeny little fish jumping. There we go. Lovely, lovely bar of silver, look, in the sun. Look at that. Let's get my bloody rod out of the way. Stunning. He's a lean fish and all. Go on, dude. There you go. Go back the other way. He's gone. See all the little fish jumping? Let me just drop my lead in there and I wonder if I can scare them. See them all jumping? Oh, I don't know if I can see them all jumping. I don't know if you guys can. Yeah, there's a lot of little fish there. There's a very good shot. If this water does clear out at high water, there might be a few mackerel about. Can't really see them now, hang on. No, they've moved off a bit. But yeah, there's whitebait there. Now I tell you what, it could end up being a very good evening, to be fair, because there'll be bass chasing them white bait. I don't think you guys can see it, but I can see ripples all the way along the shore. Rick's got a dogfish. You keep catching them for me, Rick, and I'll stick with the bass. Right. Oh, there's another bundle of it. All right, we'll take this lot and all. Well, 2 casts, 2 bass. Lovely. And more rubbish. Happy days, dude. It's very, very heavy. As you saw, this ground was flat, clean mud. Oh, I'm going to just read it in because I don't want to lose whatever's on here. Now, I'm not reading anyone in. Whatever it is bloody heavy. Unless it's a double shot of dogfish, which wouldn't surprise me. But this was on the bigger rig. Oh, there's a good... oh, I've got all this weed on my line. This is going to be a nightmare, this is. I'm going to have to reel whatever this is in and then cast it out. Look at all that weed on my line, look. Yuck. It's probably a dog. And it's just where it's pulled tight, it's probably getting my lead and bouncing my lead off the bottom. It could be a thornback. Because you do get thornbacks along here. Oh, listen to that reel. Oh, I reckon this is a dog. I'm going to cringe. Oh, I'm reeling you in, Matt, I think. I'm reeling someone in. I must just have an old rig, guys. Yeah, that's what it is. What is that? Some dodgy old gear on there. Nice lead, though. Oh, well. It's not you, Matt, I don't think. Oh, I bet it is. Yeah, it is, it's Matt. Oh, God. I was just about to cut it all up. Oh, well. That's that. Right, what I need... I've just dropped it, Matt. Go on, you're done. Well, what I need to do now is flick this back out with all the weed on it, which is going to be fun. I'll keep you here for that. I reckon this is going to blow up, Si. Oh, listen to it go. Alright, it's all still on there, look. Right, people, I will bring you back in a bit. Look at all that. Just had a double shot, a dogfish and a whiting. Picked the weed off. It's just been out. Honestly, I shit you not, a minute and a half. I said to Simon, I'm going to drop one in close, like 10-15 yards. It might as well have been an underarm chuck. And it just went off its absolute tits. I don't know how big this bass is. This bass isn't a bass, it's a dogfish. I feel like a right tit now. Well, I thought bringing it in close might keep it away from the dogs. Ouch. Ouch. How wrong was I? Right, now, I'll keep this quiet if you people can. Get out. In a bit. Darren, for the bait, Matt and Rick up here are actually getting double shots of dogfish almost every cast now. I mean, I can't stand up, but they're enjoying themselves. And Rick has just had something a little bit different than a dogfish, I think. 11 dogfish, Rick.
Yep.
Live bait in this one.
Have you? Yeah, just had a bite on it?
Yeah, that's right.
I reckon that's your live bait kicking, mate. But if it normally what happens is the live bait like now will be sitting still. Hang on, let's have a look at that, mate. Oh yeah, nice one. Little starry.
It's my first pup. Apart from the big...
Wait, that wasn't really a pup though, Rick, was it? That was a proper hand.
This is my first pup.
Well done, mate. Right, go and get that one back. So Matt's live baiting, and as you can see, his rod's sitting still. But if there's a bass about or something that wants to eat his live bait and it's getting a bit scared, what it normally do is the live bait will start kicking a little bit before the bass picks it up, because obviously it knows it's there, it's trying to get away. I was gonna have a go on the live bait, but I don't think I'm gonna bother. I've got the tides wrong and all, Matt. Our water was at 10, not 11. So it's our water in about 20 minutes. We're gonna give it a go. So yeah. Oh, it's going. Matt, that ain't the live bait doing that. How big's your live bait? Yeah, that ain't your live bait doing that. There's something there playing about with that. Keep watching. There's something there definitely playing with that. The wind's dropped right out now. It's turning into a lovely evening, to be fair. Well, you let me know if that goes off its tits, will ya? Just don't, even if you see it pulled out, that needs to go right over, mate, before you do it. Look, there's another double shot of dogfish there for Rick. What a mate. He's loving life, isn't he?
I'm really young.
Well, I want to get back to mine. Give us a shout, yeah, if that goes. Right, and I've now opted to keep mine. I've got one going out there, my pulley pennel. I'm just putting a bigger lug bait on it and just giving it the beans for me. And my flapper rig, I'm just dropping in short, like literally underarm casting, just because if there's any bass about, I've got more chance in a bass being in close than I have further out. Matt's rod is still going really well there. Oh, I can see it, Matt. Matt, it might be worth just holding it, and if it goes over again, just give it a little jolt back. Be nice if it'd be lovely if he gets a bass on a live bait. He's got a live bait. Something's having a go at it, definitely. I think they're picking up all Rick's dogfish. He's had 11 now. Right, guys, if that live bait rod goes, obviously I'll bring you back. My scratching rod is in very close, and I'll keep having some monstrous bites on it. I'm really hoping you can see I've got my head torch over the top of my bloody GoPro, and I'm hoping that you can still see. You know what my footage is like. So, plan is, all I've done is I've just taken them smaller hooks off my pulley pennel because I've got nothing here for live bait. No sliders, no nothing. That little live bait rig I had the other day, I left it with, what's his face next to me? Sorry mate, can't remember your name. I can't remember your name, but I've lost it. I'm just thinking about bass, to be honest. Now, I'm hoping Rick or Matt has a live whiting, or I have a live whiting down there, and I'm just going to literally underarm lob it. What I'm aiming for is where the beach slopes down. I'm aiming for the end of the beach to where it hits the mud, and I want it to sit between the stones and the thing, because now the light's fading, providing I can keep my head torch off the water, which I will do my best to. The water's pretty dirty anyway, still. That will be, I reckon, the best place for a bass. Our water's in about 10 minutes, I think. What is the time? Our water's in 15 minutes. So yeah, it'll be nice. It'll be nice to see something a bit better, or something on a live bait. And as soon as that gets dark, I'll imagine there'll be plenty of whiting about, if you can get through the dogfish. But yeah, that's the plan. And then I'll just stick one of these hooks, just nick it through the top of its head, and one just nicked through the tail. And like I say, just underarm. The thing is, casting a live whiting will probably stun it and almost kill it, but if there's any type of kick left in it when it gets down there, if it revives itself, we could be in with a shout. So that's the plan. So my other rod is just literally sitting there ready and waiting, and hoping we get a whiting. Simon is reeling in his scratching rig, so you never know, he might have one on. We've got another scratching rig sitting there baited up, ready to go, but yeah, I'll if it happens, guys, I'll bring you back. And Simon is using a pulley and a pulley pennel, and he's got a double shot of dogfish on his pulley pennel. That just shows you how many dogfish are out there. When dogfish are taking whiting live baits, you ain't really got much chance. Well, I've just set up a live bait rig, Matt, hoping that I might get a whiting, but I don't know if I want to catch a dogfish on a live whiting. It didn't have no log on it left on it, did it? Just pure whiting. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, there we go, guys. That isn't the most perfect live bait whiting you've ever seen in your life. Look at that. He's got sea lice on his tongue, look at that. That doesn't really matter because, sorry little dude, you are bass food. Sea glow matching scratch hook, perfect. Look at that, actual look, sea lice. That was stuck to his tongue. Poor little thing. Ow, it bit me. Right, so, how I'm going to rig up this little live bait is Just a simple pulley pennel rig. Now this isn't the right way to do it, I don't think. But now what I want is I want the whiting swimming in the tide. So this bottom hook is a nice size him. This bottom hook I am just gonna nick just down the side of his fin and just nick it out. I'm not gonna band it up, so he's got an hook in his tail, and it's not gonna look pretty, guys. It really isn't, but it's really the only way I can do it with what I've got with me. I'm gonna give that 4 or 5 wraps. Yeah, I've got one, mate, thank you. I really don't want the hook to move, so if I just nick that there for his nose. Now it's like I say, it's not perfect and it's really not ideal to be casting it, but I have no choice because I've got nothing to slide down with, and I've got a shock leader on my line, so I can't. What you got, mate? Oh, it is and all, but so's mine. I've got one too. No, give it to Matt. Get Matt to put a fresh one on. So there we go. Obviously I'm not going to clip it down. I'll just drop him down there. He's got 2 5/0 hooks hanging out of him. If a bass takes it, there's a very good chance he's going to get hooked. Oh, I forgot about my dogfish. Guys, please don't kill me for the dogfish hanging on there. They're hard as nails, dogfish. He'll be fine, I promise you. And then all I'm going to do is gentle swinging in and out. Just look at a bit of momentum and give it a good flick. And hopefully that should do it. That is honestly enough. 15 yards off the shore. Let him sink. Hopefully the whiting will kick. And then what we'll do is click the reel into gear, set the ratchet, loosen the drag. There we go. I want a tight line though, to be fair, so that if the fish picks it up, it can actually, it'll hit a bit of tension straight away and hopefully hook itself. And then we'll just drop that there and wait for a bite. Sorry, Mr. Dog. Oh, look, see, he's still well alive. Well alive. Nicely hooked in its lip. Problem is though, these hooks, they do hang on. Lovely. Right. See you later, Mr. Dogfish. Yeah, look, he didn't even look back. He didn't even look back. Cleared my bait. So, as we've got probably about an hour left of fishing, I want to, my bass that I caught earlier on in the video, I don't normally do this, but as it's for one of my bestest pals, I'm going to name him Ken. I'm going to name him after my bait digger man. One of my top subscribers. So thank you, mate. That fish was for you, and I know you really do all the work and Darren just goes out and picks up your worms for you. Not joking. Darren, I love you too. Lovely yellowtail. I say a lovely yellowtail. I haven't changed the water, guys, and they're not looking their best at the minute. But to be fair, if I was to just get hold of it, give it a squeeze, give it a little flick on the stones. Oh. No, he hasn't. See now, normally in them circumstances, yeah, live bait out. I've got one, cheers, sire. Oh, look, all the whiting are coming in now. I did say when it got dark the whiting would show up in numbers, and they have. Yeah, in normal circumstances, guys, if you was to squeeze the guts out of a yellowtail or a big black, you chuck it on the floor and it'd stiffen up. But because they've been out in the sun all evening, yeah, they're not doing great, shall we say. And then look, this is what I've been doing. I've been sitting on my box because I've got a backache, flicking my rig over my bivvy and casting and sitting down. Bosh. Bail arm over. Resting the rod on the tripod, as you do. Tight line. Come on, where's the lead? Probably ain't even sunk yet. And that do. I'm being lazy. There's far too many dogfish here for my liking. We just need to wait for that reel to scream off. In a bit. Well, guys, we're not quite done yet. Probably got about another half hour. Well, it wasn't the session I expected it to be. I honestly thought we might see a few more bass, and I think if we'd have stuck it round the other side where we was going to be, obviously the wind's dropped out a lot more, I think we would have definitely seen a lot more bass, and I'm hoping a lot less dogfish, but you never know. Hindsight is a wonderful thing, as Simon said earlier. But it seems that every man and his dog at the minute is fishing for smooth hands, and rightly so, because they're a cracking fish. But I just wanted to do something a bit different tonight. I really wanted a few nice bass, but I had that one earlier, which I'm happy with. I came for a bass and I caught a bass. I didn't blank on what I wanted to catch. And like I say, there's still half hour here, and I've got my live bait out, and you never know. Dungeness is probably one of the best places I've ever fished for live baits. A good 20 years ago, all the cod and things like that used to get down here, came to live baits. All right, of course they caught them on lugworm and squid and other baits as well, but live baiting was a brilliant way to fish for them. And I remember being down here, it was end of September, with a good friend of mine, Mr. Shane Pullen. A lot of you might remember him from Sea Angler magazine, but I used to fish a lot with him back then, and that was when my eldest was, God, size that moth, when my eldest was first born, so a good 14 years ago, 12, 14 years ago. So that was end of September, and we came down live baiting for cod. The weather was spot on. We'd had big southwesterlies for a few days, and then it backed off and went northerlies. And yeah, everything screamed cod. 20 years ago, we would have had them. But that night, literally, it was one of them perfect nights. It was like, right, we're packing up in a minute, lads, last chuck. And we're fishing with, he would have been fishing with probably just clip down pennel rigs, because I remember that was what he used to love, or a pulley dropper. And he had a whiting on, and he had a fish take the live whiting, and it went off its absolute tits. And it was a £10 bass. It was £10 dead on. I'll never ever forget that night. I was so buzzing for him, and that was when he worked for Sea Angler. And although he was over the moon because he worked for Sea Angler and that was his job, he said he wished one of us had caught it, because he would have made front cover of the Sea Angler magazine, and he would have got paid more money. But with him, he said he read all of that bite. Look, I don't know if you guys can see it. Look at that go. Look, that's a dogfish. Look. There's no point. There's really no point in me having it, because I know it's a dog. Look at it though. They're the sort of bites I've been getting all night. So yeah, although it was an amazing fish, he said if one of us would have caught it, it would have made front cover, and he got a big bonus for getting front cover picture on the Sea Angler. But yeah, I was made up to see it, and I was made up to see it swim away as well. Right, I'm going to get this fishing, and I'll bring you guys back in a sec. Right guys, so that big bite you've just seen was that little whiting, but he's got marks on him. Not big marks. I'm not sure if you can pick that big line up there. I reckon something had a go at that. There's a few more marks this side. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. There. He's still alive. So what I've just done is I've just reeled in my other live whiting, which was still alive, and I've just stuck him out a little bit further. Oh, that what was definitely cleared out now. It's going along the surface. Maybe. Last chance. We might be lucky. Oh, say I might be lucky. Obviously, I'll keep you informed. Oh, right guys, so I've just literally dropped my rod out, a rod length out, if that. Now I'm really hoping that the camera's going to pick this up. Everything's a bit dark, isn't it? No, I don't think you're going to. When I drop a stone in out there, all the little white bait, they're just jumping, they're everywhere. To be fair, there wasn't none. Oh, there was a couple. But yeah, just a minute ago, they are literally a rod length offshore, and there was hundreds of them, if thousands of them, all jumping. But there's nothing there chasing them up. Normally you'd see them wash up on the shore when there's that many. There's obviously nothing there chasing them in. I'm that close in, I don't even see my line up there. It's my leader knot right there. I just thought I'd try that close and see if there's anything about, but yeah, I think we're on our last legs now. Simon's packed up one of his rods by the looks of it. To be honest guys, unless anything happens, I think this will probably be the end of the video, because I say I'm going to start packing up in a minute. I've got a few bits to do tomorrow. Take a load in for my scrap, make a video for the other channel. So yeah, well, thank you all for watching. As I say, it didn't turn out quite how we wanted it, but I did get the bass I was down here for, so it wasn't too bad. It's just a shame the other boys didn't get one. Just been plagued with whiting and dogfish all night. Rick's knackered. He's that knackered. He's real boat with his rods in, I think. He's had, well, probably 20 odd dogfish now. So yeah, bless him. He's knackered. Simon's just had another double shot on a pennel. So yeah, right guys. So that's that. Like I say, a few thank yous to Ken and Darren for the bait. Lovely, cheers lads, you're legends. Thank you guys to all those that are still supporting the channel, still watching. Thank you to everyone that's still buying the merch, it's amazing. And like I said, if anyone else checks out the channel and subscribes to that, thank you to you guys as well. And I will see you, hopefully, in Chelsea on the Hydrus, catching tope. In a bit.